I never imagined my golden years would become a suburban showdown, but that's what unfolded when we settled into Pine Valley Meadows. After enduring the chaos of 2 deployments, all I craved was tranquility, a modest home, a spacious yard for my aging golden retriever, Duke, and uninterrupted days with my wife, Emily. I'd vowed to her we'd leave the nightmares behind, the echoes of gunfire that still jolted me awake. The neighborhood promised serenity, neighborly nods, pristine gardens, a tranquil lake view from our porch. Yet, hidden in the shadows was Victoria Lang, the HOA overlord, whose version of harmony meant crushing anyone who dared defy her petty edicts. It began on a sunny afternoon. I was acclimating Duke to his new domain when her silent golf cart glided up. Victoria sported a severe pixie cut and predatory eyes that scanned for infractions like a hawk eyeing prey. "Victoria Lang, HOA president," she declared, as if ascending a throne. Her scrutiny fixed on the American flag I'd proudly mounted on a pole by the entrancia, tribute to the sacrifices that scarred me. "Violation," she barked. "Pole exceeds height by 2 inches, and flags are holiday only." Stunned, I retorted, "That's the flag I bled for. It's no mere ornament." Emily emerged with iced tea, her innate warmth clashing with Victoria's ice. "It's harmless," Emily pleaded. Victoria scoffed, "One day to comply, or face $100 penalty." Fury ignited in meth suppressed wrath from battles past. "It stays," I snarled. Victoria's cheeks flushed as she sped off. Emily gripped my hand, fearing I'd ignited a fuse. She was spot on. This was no skirmish, it was all-out conflict. We'd poured our life savings into this, having me VA benefits, Emily's teacher pension for a reboot. My lingering knee injury from the field made simple chores therapeutic. Evenings on the porch, fireflies dancing over the lake, Duke's head in my lap, uncoiled years of tension. Duke, pushing 15, had been my anchor through isolation and rehab. Then the citations flooded, lawn overgrown by a fraction, doormat shade unauthorized, Duke's occasional woofs deemed excessive. Chats with adjacent resident, Alex, unveiled Victoria's tyranny. The Parkers compelled to repaint their home for a beige mismatch, the Lopez family's trampoline demolished as unsightly. Alex cautioned, "She's not strict, she's sadistic. Grudges are her hobby." The tipping point hit with Duke's ramp. His arthritic legs faltered on steps. Witnessing his pain tore at me. I crafted a basic wooden incline, granting him freedom. Days later, Victoria arrived with her thug, Vince, a massive, scowling hulk. "Illegal addition," she sneered. "Dismantle it, or we'll bill you for removal." I cited ADA protections for service animals, but she mocked, "Pets don't qualify." Rage boiled, yet I restrained it. This was sadism, targeting an elderly dog's comfort to assert dominance. That evening, Emily quivered. "How do we fight this, Ryan?" Resolve hardened. Viewing Victoria as a foe, I surveilled her from pre-dawn shadows, charting her patrols. Alex fed intel over the fence. HOA gatherings were her arena. I lurked, absorbing dynamics. In one session, Alex orchestrated mayhem, hurling soda at Vince, enabling me to pilfer fiscal records. Bombshell, monthly $5,000 to Green Horizon Landscapers, a facade firm under Victoria's control. Theft on a grand scale. But the rot ran deeper. Feigning capitulation, I publicly tore down the ramp, spotting her triumphant smirk. Then, I baited her with a grotesque lawn elf astride a dragon and a tilting plastic pelican, blatant provocations. Hidden cams primed, I awaited. At 3:17 a.m., alert pinged. Vince pilfering ornaments, then invading my mailbox, shredding VA envelopes. Postal felony. Shockingly, the wheelman was Leonard, the jittery treasurer. Probing further, his spouse's digital upkeep outfit was another ruse. They were accomplices: Victoria the aggressor, Leonard the schemer, draining funds to harass residents into selling for a shadowy builder. Stakes soared, controversy brewed in my tactics. Was I a defender or descending into criminality? Enlisting Alex, we plotted a covert entry at Leonard's during his weekly poker. Pulse racing, I jimmied the rear lock, inserted a drive into his machine. Files downloading. Alex's urgent buzz, abort theory returning. I snatched the device, vaulted through a window, cowering in foliage as they retrieved a forgotten item. Incomplete haul, but one intact clip. Victoria and Leonard scheming to torment elderly homeowners, inflating fees to evict them for the subdivision's original developer to repurchase dirt cheap. A ruthless plot to dismantle our enclave for greed. Ethical lines blurred me. Burglary mirrored their deceit, sparking debate. Vigilantism or justified retaliation against systemic abuse. The annual HOA gala, festooned with garlands, was my ambush. Amid faux merriment, Victoria preached solidarity. I interjected, beaming proof. Vince's nocturnal raid, bogus entities, the damning recording. Pandemonium ensued. I neutralized Vince with a swift disarm hold. Attendees erupted, devices dialing, authorities, accusations flying. Victoria wailed fabrications. Leonard fled, only to be corralled by furious locals. Sirens pierced the night as their facade shattered. Authorities descended, indictments flew. Federal probes unearthed the conspiracy. Victoria and Leonard pled out, facing incarceration and repayments. The developer, once revered, crumbled under scrutiny and suits. Alex ascended to HOA chief, slashing draconian regs, funding communal feasts with recovered cash. Emily and I reclaimed serenity, Duke traversing his fortified ramp, sharing brews with Alex at dusk. Yet, murmurs persisted. Had I overstepped, becoming the monster I battled? In a society where power corrupts unchecked, does the end sanctify invasive means? Peace demands defense, even if it means wading into moral gray zones. I'd wage that war again, no regrets.